Hi, it's Emily from Home Sweet Pilates. Welcome back for another Reformer workout. Today we are doing a beginner slash postnatal friendly slash diastasis abdominal separation friendly workout. So you will need to have a Pilates ball if you have one handy. And also just to note, if you are newly postpartum, if you have diastasis or that abdominal separation, just be sure always to check with your physician before starting a new workout plan, and just be sure that you are cleared to do so. I say that these are postnatal diastasis friendly because every body is different. So what might work for one person who has diastasis or is postpartum may not work for another. So always just use caution when doing any of these exercises, and use your best judgment along with that of your physician. Okay? So with that, let's get started. Now, we're going to begin on 2 springs here, so I would like you to be on either 2 medium or a medium and a light spring here. So if you're on a balanced body, a red is great, or you can do a red-blue as well. We're going to begin in all 4s, so let's have our bar down for right now, all right? We're in all 4s here. My feet are in between the shoulder blocks. My wrists are on the platform, okay? So I have my shoulders over my wrists. My knees are in line with my hips here. We're just going to begin with some cat-cows. So take a nice inhale here. On your exhale, let's press into our hands as we round that upper back. Especially if you have been breastfeeding, this probably feels so good. On your inhale, let's drop the chest towards the ground as the tailbone goes towards the ceiling. Eyes come to the wall in front of you. Exhale, press and round. Inhale, release. While I am not currently postpartum, I have had 2 babies, so I am very aware of how things feel after having a baby. I had pretty bad abdominal separation as well, so I can understand also how frustrating that can be. So I hope that this exercise can be gentle yet helpful for you, even if you are not postpartum. If you are a beginner or you are newer to Reformer Pilates, or Pilates in general, this is a great place to start, because we're just kind of working on foundations here, right? Let's do one more. We're working through things a little more modified. We have a gentler pace. Last one, all the way through. I know we said one more, but this is really the last one. Beautiful. Coming back into all 4s. Let's extend your left leg straight behind you. Now, what I want you to think about here is you're pushing into those hands, right? You're not allowing your back to arch. You're pushing into those hands. Let's lift the left leg up towards the ceiling and lower it down. So this lift is coming from your glute. It's not coming from your back. So even if you're lifting just a tiny bit, that's totally fine, okay? Keep your hips nice and square. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Bring that leg in. Extend the right leg out. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 3 more. Last 2. Last one. Now bring that knee back in. We're going to do what's called the pregnant cat, right? Kind of fitting. So we have all 4, we have our hands and our knees on the carriage, or on the Reformer, right? Hands are on the platform, knees are on the carriage. Your back is flat here. Let your belly hang without arching your backs, okay? Don't arch your back when you let it hang. So keep the back flat, but let the belly hang, okay? You're pressing into your hands still though, so your chest does not fall, just the belly. On your exhale, I want you to imagine that you are the mama cat, right? And your belly is all the baby cats. You're trying to lift each kitty cat back into your belly, okay? So you're gonna lift your belly button up towards your spine without changing the shape of your spine. Release it and do it again. So inhale, exhale. Breathe through your mouth, right? So you're exhaling through your mouth, lifting your belly towards your spine, and release it. If you feel like nothing is really happening, that's okay. Just do the best that you can. Sometimes it just takes time to reconnect your brain to the rest of your body, okay? But this is such a great exercise to do. Let's do one more. And release it. Awesome job. Let's put our headrest or our foot bar up one so it's in the lower upright position, okay? Let's add one more spring here. So you're gonna be on 3 springs. So you can be on a red, red, blue if you are on a balanced body, or whatever you feel comfortable with for footwork, okay? And let's also put our headrest up. So I'm gonna put this up as well. Now, whenever you are lying down or getting up, whenever you're newly postpartum, or if you have any kind of abdominal separation, I do not want you lying straight back or sitting up like this, okay? You always want to go onto your side, like so, and then roll onto your back, okay? It's just the much safer way. It doesn't put as much strain and pressure on that abdominal wall, and it's just what you need to do until you can heal a little bit better, okay? So, having your head on the headrest, like so, take your feet and place them on the platform. We're gonna do a little bit of breathing here. I know it seems a little mundane, but it's really important, okay? Take one hand and put it on your chest. Take the other hand and place it on your belly. I don't care which hand, it doesn't matter to me, okay? You're gonna take an inhale. On your inhale, you're gonna fill your belly with air without allowing your chest to rise, okay? So take an inhale. And then on your exhale, press all the air out of your lungs through your mouth. Do it again. Take an inhale. Only the hand on your belly lifts. Your chest does not lift. I'm trying to just not breathe directly into the mic, so that's why my head is to the side. But you don't need to put your head to the side. Let's do one more. Now take your hands, place them on top of your ribs. When you take your inhale this time, you can allow your chest to rise. Your ribs will naturally kind of float up and out. And then on your exhale, I want you to think about gently, very gently, pressing onto your ribs and knitting them down and in, okay? So we inhale. Exhale, as you release that air, gently press on those ribs to knit them down and in. Inhale. Exhale. You should start to feel your pelvic floor wake up a little bit. It's not like a super over obvious thing. Let's do one more. Beautifully done. Now we're gonna move into some footwork here. So take your heels and place them onto the bar. Okay, I know that the bar is a little bit lower than it typically is when we do footwork. If you need yours to be higher, please feel free to put it higher, okay? But we're not gonna be here for a super long time. So your hands are down by your sides. Your entire spine is on the mat. Whenever you are ready, you're just gonna press into those heels as you press the carriage out. And then bring it back in. So when we're pressing out, what I'm thinking about is keeping my knees in line with my feet. I'm trying to keep my ribs knit in. They naturally just kind of want to go out, right? I'm not allowing my back to arch. I'm taking my time. We're being gentle here, okay? I know I keep slamming my carriage. Don't do that. Let's do one more here. Now take your feet and place the toes on the bar. Your heels are lifted. Press the carriage out and bring it back in. Whenever we're postpartum, I know things feel weird. They feel kind of wonky. I know for me, like, I didn't recognize myself. I didn't recognize my body. I was just kind of like in a weird haze. And exercise really helped get me out of that. But you always want to do things safely and intentionally when you are postpartum, because things have moved around. Things are not like they used to be, right? Let's do one more. Now take those heels, bring them together, keep the toes on, press the carriage out. But yeah, and it just takes time. I know for me, it honestly took me about a year to feel just kind of like myself again, comfortable again, able to move easier. Let's do one more. So just know, have grace with yourself. It's a new season for everyone involved. Take our feet and put our heels wide on the carriage. And we press it out. And bring it back in. Press it out. And bring it back in. We have two more. And bring it all the way in. Now take your feet and place the center of your feet in the center of the bar. You can have a slight turnout so your heels are together, right? We're gonna do a variation of the 100. So the full version of the 100 is when you lift up like this, right, and you're pumping. But when you are newly postpartum, when you have that abdominal separation, or maybe you just don't have the core connection quite yet, maybe you're newer and don't have that yet, you don't want to be doing those kind of crunching movements. So we have the center of our feet on that bar, right? Let's take our hands, bring them up towards the ceiling. Press the carriage back out so you're in that full extended position. Bring your arms down by your hips, like so, and just start pumping your arms like this, okay? So you're pressing evenly into both of those feet. What you're trying to do here is bring your belly button down towards your spine, knit those ribs in, your chest is open, and you're just pumping those arms. You're not lifting or crunching anything, right? But you're getting the movement down. You're inhaling for 5 breaths, and you're exhaling for 5 breaths. Keep that belly in. Keep the entire spine on the mat. Five more seconds. And bring it all the way in. Now take your feet, place them back on that platform. Take your hands and place them onto your hips. We're gonna do a couple pelvic tilts here. So what I want you to do is just think about having a marble on your pubic bone, and you're just gonna gently roll that marble into your belly button. So you're just tilting your pelvis towards your head. You're not lifting your hips off of the carriage. You're just tilting towards your head. And then I want you to roll that marble back to your pubic bone. So you will arch a little bit to roll it forward and then tilt it back. This is just reigniting, waking up those deep abdominal muscles, right? Waking up that pelvic floor. Do one more all the way through. Beautifully done. Take your feet, place them back onto the bar. Hands are down by your side. Let's take that headrest and put it all the way down. Okay, so we don't want to have it up right now anymore. We're going to do a little bit of bridging here. So the pelvic tilts that we just did, I want you to do that again, but this time we are going to push into our heels to lift our hips up towards the ceiling. So that imaginary marble's on your pelvis, on your pubic bone, I mean. We're going to roll it towards our head as we press through our feet into our forearms to lift our hips up towards the ceiling. Roll it back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. If you feel more comfortable having your feet on the platform instead of the bar, please feel free to do so. Okay, you can do this with your feet on the platform as well. That might be more comfortable for some people. That's totally fine. Roll it down. So we're not pressing super high. I'm not going really intense here, right? I mostly just want you to feel this movement of the pelvis, igniting the back body as well. Let's do one more. And roll it down. Now take those feet, if they're not on the bar already, and place them on the bar. Your entire spine is on the mat once again. I want you to just open one knee out to the side like a book. Exhale as you pull it back up. And then do the opposite side. So inhale as you lower. Keep the opposite hip down. Exhale as you lift. This might be a lot harder than it seems like it would be, right? But we're really working into those transverse right now, which is those deep inner abdominal muscles. Things get very stretched and separated in pregnancy, right? So we just want to mindfully put things back as best we can. Now, if you do have the ball handy, go ahead and grab it. Place it in between your palms at chest level, okay? Take your right knee, bring it in towards your chest. As you extend it out to the wall in front of you, I want you to squeeze into that ball and exhale. So inhale as you bring the knee in towards your chest. Exhale as you extend it out and squeeze that ball. Do it again. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, extend it out and squeeze that ball. Two more. You'll feel your midline begin to engage. Basically, this is just helping to knit things back together. Lower that right leg. Inhale, bring the left knee in. Exhale, squeeze and extend. Notice I'm keeping my leg at kind of a higher angle, right? It doesn't need to be really low because that puts more pressure on your core. If you need to just straighten it to here, straighten it to here, okay? One more. Beautifully done. Place that ball to the side, roll onto your side, sit yourself up, and take one spring off. So you're on just a red now. Red now. We will roll down onto our side to lie ourselves back down. Put your headrest back up though. There we go. And then roll onto your back. Perfect. So we are on two springs. You're on a red, or if a red feels too heavy, please go on a red blue, okay? Go ahead and grab your straps. Keeping one foot on the bar. The reason that it's in this lower position is for this. Keep one foot on the bar. Take your other foot and place it into tabletop. So what that means, it's at this 90 degree, right? when we have both legs in a tabletop, it's putting a lot of pressure on our core. So we're just doing one leg at a time right now. Your arms are straight up towards the ceiling. I want you to think about not using your leg that's on the bar at all for this. You're using your upper body, okay? So we're gonna do some supine arm work. So lower, press your arms into the straps to lower your arms straight down, and then lift it back up. Your foot is on that bar just to help give a little bit of support. Exhale as you lower. Draw that navel in. Knit those ribs in. One more. Hold your arms down. Lower your right leg down. Lift your left leg up into tabletop. So now we've switched, right? Bend your elbows 90 degrees, keeping the tops of your arms on the carriage. Fingertips are towards the ceiling. Just extend and lift. Extend and lift. Keep those ribs knit in. It's like you're trying to pull your ribs away from your shirt. The closer you bring your knee in towards your chest, the more relief you'll have on your core. The further away it is from you, the more pressure you'll have on your core, okay? Let's do one more. Bring it all the way in. Place both feet on the bar for a quick rest. Okay, we're gonna move. We're not done with supine arms yet, but I'm just giving you a quick break. Bringing that right knee back into tabletop. Let's take those arms, bring them into cheerleader. So it's like you're making an L. So my left arm is towards the ceiling and my right arm is straight out to the side. Lower them both and then switch them. So now my right arm is toward the ceiling and my left arm is to the side. Remember, you're not really using your leg at all that's on the bar to move the carriage. You're using your arms in the straps, right? The leg is just there for support. One more set all the way through. Go ahead and switch your legs. So now your left leg is coming back in a tabletop. Bring both arms out to a T. Pull them in towards your hips. Back out to a T. Pull them in. Use your breath. We have one more. And lower it down. Now let's take those feet, place both of them into the straps for some feet in straps. So option here, you can take that ball and place it in between your feet if you feel like that will help you have a deeper connection. So I'll show you what that looks like. So let's take both feet, place them into the long loops of the straps, and take that ball and put it in between your ankles, okay, or your feet. It doesn't really matter. I mean, if you want to just do your ankles, that's fine. Okay, so the reason that we have that there is to help keep that connection, okay? So you're pushing evenly into both feet. I want you to keep your tailbone down the entire time, so do not lift your feet so high that your tailbone lifts off the carriage, okay? We're gonna lower our feet just ever so slightly. I don't want you going any further than about this, okay? Bring it back up. Lower it down, but you're pushing those feet into that ball, so you're feeling your thighs ignite here. If you go too low, you're gonna start arching in your back, and it's gonna put a lot of pressure on that abdominal wall, and we don't want that, okay? Basically what we're trying to do is we're just trying to re-wake up a lot of the things that have been asleep for a little bit, right? Your body has gone through so much and has done such an amazing thing. We need to give it the grace and the time that it needs to be able to get comfortable doing certain movements again. Okay, now let's bend our knees into our chest, press it out, and lift it up. bend it, extend it, and lift. One more this direction. Don't let your knees knock in when you bend your legs, okay? Now reverse direction. Lower ever so slightly. Bend it in. Don't let those knees knock in. Put straight towards the ceiling. Lower, bend, lift. Let's do one more. Lower, bend, lift. Go ahead and take that ball out from between your legs. Take your soles of your feet and kiss the soles of your feet together and butterfly your knees out to the side. This is just a really nice stretch. Feels so good. We'll do a quick leg circle. So bring your feet back out in the straps. Open them about the width of the reformer. We're not going to go super wide here, especially after pregnancy and stuff. You can be really loose in your pelvic region, and so I really don't want you to go out too far, okay? So we're just going about the distance of our reformer, the width of our reformer, lowering about 45 degrees. Bring the feet together and lift them back up. We press it out, we lower, we lift, we bring it back up. Thinking about keeping your belly in the whole time. Your entire spine is on the mat. One more this direction. And reverse it. Open, lift, together. Lower, open, lift, together. Two more. One more. Beautifully done. Let's take those straps off one at a time. Hang them up. Roll yourself onto your side and sit up tall. Okay, you can take that ball and just place it off to the side. Okay, we'll need it again. Actually, we'll need it again in a little bit, but not right now. So if you want to just put it underneath your frame, that's a great place to have it, okay? So moving on to one medium spring or one light spring, okay? So I would probably go on a blue if I was on a balanced body, or a red, okay? So taking that headrest, placing it down, we're gonna work that back a little bit, okay? Because we're probably so hunched over. So turn and face the back of your reformer. Your legs are straight. If you need to have them slightly bent and your heels on the headrest, that is totally fine, okay? Go ahead and grab those straps. If you can have them straight, have them straight. If you can't, just go ahead and have them here. Grab those straps. If you have short loops, let's grab the short loops. If you don't even worry about it. Use the long loops, okay? I'm sitting nice and tall here. My hands are right by each other. The palms are facing each other. I'm gonna do a fly. So I'm just gonna open wide without arching my back, right? Keeping that straight back, and then lower it down. Open wide, and lower it down. Inhale as you open, exhale as you close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. If this is uncomfortable for your hip flexors, please know you can also kneel like so and do the exact same thing, okay? This might feel better for you. Right now it feels better for me, so that's what I'm gonna do, okay? So we open. Let's do one more. Try to touch those shoulder blades. Now, bring those straps straight up and lower down. Inhale as you lift. Exhale down. You have your belly in. Try not to lean back here. One more, then we're going to combine the two, okay? Lift. Now we go fly, lift, fly, lift, fly, lift. One more. Fly, lift. Adding a diagonal here. So we're gonna open, one arm is gonna go up and the other is gonna go down, and we're gonna open the direction of the arm that's down, okay? So we open diagonal, come back to the center. Open diagonal, Come back to the center. One more each side. Last one. Go ahead and hang up those straps really quick. And if you are on a blue, let's go to a red. You could even add a yellow if you wanted to. Do a little chest expansion here. So facing the back of the reformer, once again, your knees are up against the shoulder blocks. Come into a high kneel. Grab the short loops if you have them. If you don't have short loops, you can just grab the like tops of the straps here. And you're just gonna have a high kneel here. We're gonna pull our wrists by our side and release them. So pull towards your hips and then release. Inhale as you pull. Exhale as you release. Inhale, pull. Exhale, release. Last one here. Inhale, pull. Look to the left. Look to the right. Look forward and release. Beautifully done. Lower down. Going onto one yellow spring now, moving into kneeling side arms. So we are here with our hips resting on our heels. Grab the front strap. You can do a short loop or a long loop. We're starting with your left hand, or your outside hand is on your hip. Your hand in the strap is at shoulder height, like you're doing half of hug a tree, right? Like you're holding half of a beach ball. You're just gonna take that arm and bring it in front and then release it. Bring it in front and release it. In front and release. One more, in front and release. Now, when you bring the arm in front, I want you to do a slight rotation and release. Your hips stay facing the front, but you're rotating through that mid back, through that thoracic spine. Don't let your elbow fall. One more. Beautiful. Now take your hand into a goalpost position. Your other hand also is in a goalpost. We just bring it straight overhead and back down. Straight up and back down. Your chest is open. Two more. Sorry if you can hear the dogs barking. One more. Now grab that strap in your outside hand, bring it down to your inside hip. So I'm holding this in my left hand and it's at my right hip. My hips are staying square the whole time. We're gonna draw a sword. So I inhale as I pull my elbow up diagonally. Exhale as I open. Inhale as I close. Exhale as I bring it down. One thing I see a lot here is people using their wrists to flick. We're not flicking the wrist here, okay? It's like a hinge. So I go up and then my elbow hinges open with my wrist staying completely straight. And then I lower it all the way down. Let's do one more. Beautiful. Now let's switch onto one red here before we go to the other side. Switching onto a red or a blue if you would like to, okay? We're gonna do some clamshells, work that lower body. Take that strap, place it around your top thigh. If you have that ball handy, go ahead and grab it and place it underneath your rib armpit area. Your forearm is resting on the headrest and you have your feet in line with your hips here. So you're pressing into your forearm. That ball is basically there to remind you to not hang out in it, okay? It's there to remind you to lift. Okay, we're just gonna lift, keeping our feet together, and then lower. Open and close. Open and close. My chest is proud, it's facing forward. 3, 2, 1. Now, knee to knee, toe to toe. 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 We're gonna add an extension. Knee, toe, extend. Toe, knee, toe, extend. Are you pushing through your bottom forearm still? One more. And lower. Go ahead and take that strap off. It's a little tricky. You can sit up to do so. And we're gonna go onto the other side for those arms. So don't forget to go back onto a yellow. Grab that front strap. Right hand is on your hip. That arm is at, that elbow is at shoulder height here, and you're just bringing it in front. No rotation yet. Exhale as you pull it in. Inhale as you release. 2 more. On the next one, we're gonna add that rotation. So rotate, but your hips stay square, right? You're feeling that rotation in the mid-back. The distance here between your hand and your chest does not change. You're not bringing it in, right? You're still holding that half of a beach ball. Now bring it to the goalpost. We press it up and we bring it down. It's like it's going up and down an elevator. One more. Onto that draw sword. So grab it in your right hand or whatever your outside hand is, and it's on the opposite hip. Your chest and your hips are square. You're dragging it up diagonally. You're hinging at the elbow, keeping that wrist straight as you rotate that palm towards the front wall. Bring it back in and down. Inhale up. Exhale, close. One more. Last one. Switching on to that red or blue spring. I should not have done that. There we go. Okay. There we go. Putting the strap over your top thigh, taking that ball, placing it underneath your rib cage if desired. It just helps you keep lifted here. You're resting on that forearm. Remember, we're not hanging out at the beach. We're pushing into that bottom forearm. Your heels and feet are in line with your hips, so your knees are slightly forward. Feet stay glued together. We open and close. Open and close. Chest is proud. Your top arm can just rest on your hip. That's fine. You got 3, 2, 1. Now we go knee to toe. So we're working those hips a little bit. Internal, external rotation. You've got 3, 2, 1. Add that extension. So we extend, toe, knee, toe, extend. Toe, knee, toe, extend, toe, knee, toe, extend, toe, knee, toe, extend. One more. Beautifully done. Sit yourself up. You can get rid of that ball. Take the strap off. If you are on a blue, you can stay on a blue. If you're on a red, let's switch to a blue. Do a quick mermaid stretch and you are out of here. Let's put your bar up 1 level so it's at the high, like where you normally have it for footwork. Your inside leg, shin, is up against the shoulder blocks. Your outside leg is parallel to the front of the carriage. It's like you're doing a Z sit, okay? Your outside hand is on the bar, inside palm is face up. Inside hip is glued down onto the carriage. Press the carriage out, keeping this hip down. Reach up and over, feeling a stretch all down the side of your body. If you would like to, rotate towards those springs. Sorry. Rotate towards the springs. Take an inhale as you keep your arms straight, lifting your chest up to bring the carriage in. Exhale as you press it back out. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, press it out. Top arm comes up. And around as you bring the carriage back in. Inside hand goes on a shoulder block. Reach up and over the opposite direction for a counter stretch. Move on to the other side. Reverse your feet direction. Keep this back hip down. Hand goes on the bar. Inside palm is face up. Press the carriage out, keeping your back hip down. Reach up and over. Rotate towards the springs. If you would like to, let's swan it up. Press it back out. Do it one more time. If you have made it through this workout, I am so proud of you. It is not easy getting back into it. Let's bring that top arm back up and around into a counter stretch. You should be so proud of yourself. This is just the beginning. There is so much more to come, and I hope that you will join me for it. If you have not subscribed already, I would love to have you, and I will see you next time. Bye.